So with the upcoming debate happening today, what do you hope to happen, or what are your goals with this?
Well, I hope we get a good understanding of each person's views on the issues, right? So I think the direct questions to each candidate will be good. I don't think, like, on the Biden side, that he's really gotten deeply questioned on the things that I think that matter to a lot of folks right now. He's kind of been limited appearances, so I'd like to see a little bit more depth on what he has to offer. So, and really for both candidates too. And I just hope it doesn't spin off into tangents, away from the topics, and we can get some more focus on the issues themselves.
I really just hope that everybody gains a lot of clarity. With the conclusion of a debate, you really want to have clarity at the end of it. You really want to see the other side. You want to see both sides of what's going on. And I really just wanted there to be a lot of clarity so that everybody can understand exactly what's going on, all of the issues and what's going on at hand. And so that we can actually put that together and make something happen with that.
I just hope that it does help to influence change for the better. The way things are looking right now, it's looking really iffy, and we just need to know that whoever comes in for this next election, or whoever makes out this debate, is just looking for the best interest of everybody, not just one person, not just one group, one specific demographic, not just one, just everybody as a whole.
I would like to see some of the less mudslinging, but I'm sure that's not going to happen.
We've got a lot of issues in our country that need to be dealt with besides drama. We've got highways and bridges crumbling, and education system needs overhauling, and health care. I hope we get above the partisan politics and be American citizens first and partisan hacks second.
Well, I would like to hear more, particularly on, whether the Democratic side wants to do open borders. I want to know if what their plan is for single-payer health care and how that gets paid for. I want to know if they're going to consider bringing the age for Medicare, Medicaid from 65 to 60, and how all that's going to get funded. And then, just issues like that I'd like to see drawn more out.
Okay.
I feel it will go downhill pretty fast, but I do hope we get some clarity from basically where the candidates stand on their issues, and I really hope that people just realize they got to get out and vote. Whether what side they're on, they need to get out and voice their opinion on what's happening. That's the only way things are going to change.
I'm looking to get back to a plan that's to move our country forward. And so hopefully the candidates talk more about that than about the personalities on the stage.
The larger issues, in my mind, are really macroeconomic, right? What is the right capitalistic model going forward? Because the current, sort of system or practice of capitalism that we've experienced in this country is not working, right? I mean, the income gap is exponentially increasing in the moment of a pandemic. It's been increasing for decades, but it's exasperated. So that ties into tax policy. It ties into foreign and domestic policy in terms of how we manage our workforce and our entire framework for economic model.
How can you be the change within your community, or motivate your neighbor to be the change as well?
I think you just have to lead by example. You have to be willing to talk about it. I'm not a big sign yard guy. I don't think you have to promote to the world who you're voting for, since that is a personal decision. But you need to talk about it. You can't be afraid to speak to your neighbors or people in your workplace about kind of how you feel. And again, both sides. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion, and we have to have a discussion, not an argument. And that's the only way things will kind of get better, I think, in this country and during the election.
I would ask them to get away from the media and quit listening to all the spin they put on, and get out and get the real issues from the facts, and then formulate their choice based on real knowledge and reasoned thought instead of just emotion. There's far too much emotion being peddled on TV, radio, and print right now, I think. People need to think with their mind first, their heart second.
I think a lot of that starts with your own attitude, and I think that the golden rule applies, no matter what you believe in. So if you're do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that's a good start, so we can get people to just be kind to each other, try to understand each other's issues without having it be an argument or having it be some kind of animosity, some kind of fight. We can do that, just have conversation. So I think you can start with your own attitude. That's how it starts.
I do have one, and I don't know if this is something I can ask, but I want to ask it.
Yeah.
Compared to my generation, a lot of things have, of course, changed.
How much older do you think I am?
No, but I am curious, from your perspective, how much or how drastically has things changed, from when you first started voting till now?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's changed with social media, right? So now a lot of people have access to everything at a moment's notice. And you notice that a lot of this information comes across Twitter or whether it comes across other forms of communication instantaneously, and people make a decision based on partial information. So I think that has been a negative influence in a lot of ways. But people kind of get emotionally involved and spun up on things that kind of flash across the Twitter. And then we find out later that they really weren't as they seemed. But it's too late, right? It's already had that negative energy. So that's a big change, and I guess. So in that sense, maybe again, you read a little bit more for yourself, figure out a little bit more for yourself, make sure that you dig into these issues on both sides, on all sides, right? You're going to be more informed, and then we probably have a more solid discussion at that point.
Well, that kind of goes into the clarity that I was talking about. You have to get people to understand what's going on, not to just follow the media. They have to do their own research. You want to go be a little personable. You want to get in front of people and kind of talk to them about it. Because sometimes within our communities, we find politics to be a taboo in some ways. So we want to make that something that is open, something that's comfortable for people to talk about. Because it's something that we have to deal with on our day-to-day lives. So it should be something comfortable for us to talk about. And as far as being engaged, we need to be more hands-on with the youth, I believe. I believe that's how it starts. They should also have some type of say-so in what's going on, since they are the ones that will have to deal with these things in the future. And that's how we really bring everybody together in this. Definitely some clarity. You want to be clear and be engaging with the youth. You want to uplift the community starting from the ground up. That's what I believe.
Changing laws won't change our hearts, and hate won't leave unless we make it.
This divide is real.
And you might feel hopeless to overtake it.
Our history's cold.
Our future's unknown and incomplete.
But we could fight today.
To make the pain of our past not repeat.
Wherever you are.
Be that change you feel that you don't see enough of.
Your household, school,
friends,
or job could grow through your life.
We need tough love.
Need kindness and care.
Conversations to understand each other.
Patience for these wounds.
And day-by-day actions to love our brothers.
Help our sisters of all races.
To connect and not dismiss.
And be that country we're supposed to be.
Where each life can exist.
And it's through you to call out hatred.
Teach the weak.
And shield the pain.
No matter who you are, your life could shine a path. Be
the change.